Welcome back to the Call Slip.
My name's Bryce.
And my name's Haley.
This is a podcast about books where we read them and we talk about them. So if you're new here, this is what it's about.
So this time on the Call Slip, we read A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. Sidebar.
First, we wanted to just acknowledge that Sarah J. Maas is problematic. From the Brianna Taylor cover incident, her indirect representation of Irish culture and people, her lack of diversity and representation, and the toxic relationships and abuse that she portrays in the books. We wanted to cover this book because it's been pretty popular in the last few years, and we would like to separate the art from the artist and talk about the book. Summary?
Summary of book. Summary of book.
Of book!
Summary of book. You gotta cut that. Read book. Summary of book. Feyre is a huntress. The skin of a wolf would bring enough gold to feed her sisters for a month. But the life of a magical creature comes at a steep price, and Feyre has just killed the wrong wolf. Taken prisoner by High Fae Lord, Feyre learns that her masked captor is hiding even more than his piercing gaze suggests. But as Feyre's feelings for Tamlin begin to burn through everything warning she's heard about his kind, a shadow is falling across the land. And if Feyre cannot fight it, she will lose everything. That's the book summary. You want to put into words the summary about what you read before we kind of dive into it a little deep?
If I were to write a summary about the book, I know that summaries are pretty much just to try to catch people's attention. Mm-hmm. I would probably say that this is about a human who ends up in the fairy realm and has to try to figure out why there's a blight of some kind that is affecting the fairies in that realm.
Yeah, I like that. That's a good one. I think that would catch your attention. I do like in the back of the book where it does say like she's taken prisoner. I feel like that definitely catches your eye. But yeah, I would say definitely bring in the human aspect and the high fae and fairy aspect of this human girl trying to save her family, which I think in there it does a little, but trying to save her family mistakenly, I say in quotation marks, kills a wolf and is taken prisoner again by this high fae where she knows not much about the lords, and the humans really don't know much about Prythian in general, but yeah. What would you rate the book?
I guess probably a 3.5, 3.75, not quite a 4, I think, but maybe towards the end a 4. I feel like the story really got a lot better as you got into it. So towards the end, it really picked up, I think.
I would definitely say that. I would give it a 4 overall. I think it really caught your attention in the beginning, and it kind of, I don't know, it kept my attention the entire time, even though I have read the book previously, but just rereading it, it was still really thrilling, and I was able to like picture everything, so.
Okay.
Yeah. We took notes chronologically, so as we discuss it, we'll go through as we meet new characters and as we learn new things, it'll be chronological.
And also because we've read the books before, we're only going to stick to this book, and we're not going to discuss any of the other books that we've read that are in this series, so that we don't have any spoilers for the other books.
It's just this book that we will be talking about, and not the continuation of the series.
Some of the notes that I have, as I'm kind of reading along, I kind of make mental comments on things that I would like to say. So some of my notes are more my own thoughts on what's happening.
Definitely. Spoilers ahead. If you don't want to read this book, continue listening. If you want to read this book, come back and listen at a different time.
Yes. Okay, well, so opening, obviously, she's poor.
Yes, their whole families used to be rich, but now poor, we learn.
Yes, and they're living in a cottage of some kind.
Very rundown.
Yeah, rundown cottage
Nesta
on the edge
and
of the
Elaine,
woods.
useless.
Yeah,
absolutely useless.
And honestly, I kind of found Nesta to be a little cruel.
Yeah.
And I think it actually describes her as that.
Yeah. Like, she wouldn't help her sister cut the firewood, only wanted Feyre for the money that she would get from hunting for themselves, not even to, like, help it, where, like, Feyre would be like, oh, I'll buy, like, useful things for all of us to use, and they're like, I need a new pair of boots or a new coat.
Even though they already have new boots sitting there.
Yeah, exactly.
I found Elaine to be ignorant, and I mean that in the meanest way possible.
Okay. I get that. Yeah, she was just, I feel like she knows what's happening, but she was just like, I don't care.
It wasn't even that. I feel like she was just ignorant in the sense of like, yeah, we're all poor now, but Nesta's saying this. I'm just going to go along with her.
She was a follower, not a leader.
Oh, absolutely. The father? You don't talk about useless.
Useless. As he's carving little figurines out of
that
wood.
He can't even barely sell them.
I know, because he could barely make them.
One thing that I noticed, Nesta doesn't like when others are complimented. Because I think at one point someone gets a compliment and she was not okay with it.
Okay.
I don't remember.
I'll have to take your
I don't remember at what point that was.
Other than opening the book in front of us, I'd have to find it, but I'll take your word.
And then I wrote, Feyre can't read, Nesta won't chop wood, and then she asked Feyre to chop the wood too, even though Feyre's been out in the woods all day.
Hunting because
they're on their last meal.
To feed their family. Useless sisters.
Yep. What do you have? What notes do you have so far?
I have sisters are crazy. Nesta and Elaine. I think I said this earlier. Wouldn't help cut the firewood. Only really wanted the money that she would make for herself. Although she was describing everything really well. Like I feel like I could picture it in my brain as I'm reading through this. Mm-hmm. So
one thing I also wrote was that Feyre painted the dresser.
Yes.
For her and her sisters. Mm-hmm. Each one had a drawer.
Mm-hmm.
What was it? The top one was Nesta's with flames. The middle was...
I don't remember what it was.
Flowers. Or was she the middle? No. Feyre was the bottom.
Yeah, because she was the...
So it was some kind of flowers because Elaine likes to garden.
Oh, that's true.
And then Feyre's was the night sky.
Mm-hmm.
And they never mentioned, like the sisters never mentioned that she did it. They never said thank you. They never said, oh, how pretty that is. They just...
I mean, she also painted other things in their house. That,
the table.
Yeah.
But she did that specifically for them. And it was their drawer in the dresser. Well, we also don't know
because that was before.
No, it said that they never mentioned it. That's why I wrote it down.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
I also have that their mother wanted the girls to be married off and the mother loved parties and their father.
Yes. And then when she got sick and died.
Yes. She got sick and she died and...
I don't even know. No,
I don't think that was here yet. They didn't tell you what yet.
Yeah.
And then I have the woodcutter's son, Thomas, is going to ask Nesta to marry him.
He's not a good boy.
And Feyre said no, that she shouldn't marry him.
Tisk, tisk, tisk.
But that Thomas is also poor.
You're not wrong.
True.
Just too poor make really poor.
And then you have kids and then you're really, really poor.
Yeah, really. Or then someone ends up dying. Because you give birth and you don't have enough money for medical things.
Okay. Feyre said no to marrying Thomas.
Yes.
But she doesn't say why. She just tells Nesta that she shouldn't marry him.
Mm-hmm. Hey, you do you, girl.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't... So I actually must have skipped the part where she goes into the woods and kills the...
Oh, because I do too. I don't have a lot of that. I just have like her describing Tamlin as a wolf, so I have a lot. I kind of skipped a lot.
Okay. Yeah. That's your next thing? Okay. Mm-hmm. She went into the woods and she found a doe that she was going to kill, and then she sees the wolf, and then the wolf grabs the doe.
And then she shoots an ash arrow, which is the only thing that could kill fairies.
Right.
High fae. And, she didn't really think the wolf was at first... a high fae or fairy. She was just like, that's a really large wolf. And as soon as she shot it, right in the eye.
Yeah, she shot him in the eye.
And he went down and did not get back up. And then she shot him again. Or
in the side.
In the side.
Yeah.
And did nothing.
Well, I think he died after that.
Yeah, he died after that. But, so she shoots, this doe died from the wolf. Mm-hmm. And she has this wolf. And now she's like, okay, it's almost dark. I need to get home before.
I think the wolf might have killed the doe, too.
Yes.
Because it, she didn't have to shoot the doe.
No. I think he killed it with the bite.
Yeah. And then she skinned it and brought it back to their cabin.
She brought the doe back and the skin of the wolf, the fur of the wolf.
So that they can eat the doe and she can sell the fur. Mm-hmm. And then the next day they go to the town square where the children of the
blessed?
Yeah.
I was going to say children of the corn.
I know, I want to do the same thing.
That's creepy. The children of the blessed.
Corn.
or corn, however you need to remember it by. They are there preaching about the High Fae, and
yeah, they think that the High Fae are saviors for people,
and that we should like go and like be their, not slaves, but like
serve them.
You know, they're the higher being. We should be indebted to them.
Which, by the way, I don't think we mentioned, but there's a wall. Like it's not a physical wall, but it's
like
separating
it's a magical wall
Yeah.
that separates the human world from, or not even world, but human side from the fairy side. And above it you have different, you don't really know this yet in the book.
Yeah,
but
it's
there
just
are
the
many
human side and
the
the
human
fairy
side
side.
from the fairy side, yeah.
And all of the like fairy monsters and stuff are on the fairy side. However, there are sometimes like holes in the wall where they can slip through.
Yeah.
And those become like, what is it? The cautionary tales.
Yeah.
Of the humans. But so they go to the town square and they sell it. She sells the fur coat to the mercenary, who then has like shown her where she got bit by some kind of venomous thing on her leg.
Yeah, that was really weird.
And she's like, "You don't want to know the things I've seen.
Yeah,
things I've fought. You don't want to be like me."
She's probably been to the fairy realm.
Right. And you never see anything else about this mercenary.
No.
Which I originally, when I first read it, I was like, "Oh, this is going to be like a character.
This person is going to come back in the rest of the book." But that's literally all you.
Yeah,
all you hear.
So, and I wrote, how did she know where Feyre was in the woods? Because she like warned her not to go back to where she was in the woods, from where she killed the wolf. Was she there? How does she know?
How does this mercenary know? I don't know.
It sounded like you were being really condescending. That's why I was like staring at you.
I like how we stare at each other while we're talking.
I'm like, what do you mean? Why are you being rude to me right now?
No, we don't know. Like, how does the mercenary know, like, where?
Yeah, how did she know where Feyre was in the woods? Okay, so now I have the treaty. Do you have anything about the treaty? There's a treaty between humans and Fae.
Who's talking about that? Oh, the mercenary still?
No. Sorry. I think so. She sells the pelt to the mercenary, and they go about their way. She gives some of the money to Nessa and Elaine, who spend it all, and then she goes and meets. What's his name?
Isaac.
So she goes up and meets with Isaac, who is her like friend with benefits.
He's been my first and only lover in the 2 years since.
But they know they're not gonna like get married because they don't really love each other. She goes back to her house after that night, and that's when a monster shows up.
A monster.
Or I guess a high fae or fae.
A high fae, yes.
Shows up. Do you have the description?
Oh, gosh.
Oh, no. That's okay if you don't.
No, I just opened it.
So while you find that...
What am I looking for?
The description of the fae that busts into their house.
Oh.
While you find that, there's a treaty between the humans and the fae, which this thing talks about when it busts into their house, because he's like, who killed my friend? Who killed the fairy that looked like a wolf? And he said that in the treaty, the price for killing a fae is a life for a life. So either she chooses to die, or she can come live in Prythian for the rest of her life.
With this wolf.
Monster thing.
Wolf monster thing. So in the book it does say the beast had to be as large as a horse, and while his body was somewhat feline, his head was distinctively wolfish. I didn't know what to make of the curled elk-like horns that protruded from his head, but lion or hound or elk, there was no doubting the damage his black, dagger-like claws and yellow fangs would inflict.
So is it bad that after I read that, all of the actual description went out of my head except for like the antlers, and I just thought of a jackalope?
I thought of for some reason I first was like, oh, the horns, elk-like horns, and it's Krampus. Like, oh, and like the claws, but then I was like, oh, okay.
Krampus on all fours.
Krampus on all fours. Yeah. I was like, oh, horns. Yeah, that's it.
Then the dad, so she makes a decision to go with this beast thing, which, by the way, I don't think we said it, but this is a Beauty and the Beast retelling. I didn't know this when I first read it.
No.
I just picked the book because I was like, oh, it's popular right now.
Let me read it.
It's it's ready on Libby.
Yeah.
I'll get it now. And I did not realize any of that. Yeah. So she goes with the beast thing. And her dad, as she's leaving, tells her she's too good for the human realm.
Mm-hmm.
Don't come back. Like, if you get free, don't come back. Make a life for yourself.
Yeah.
Don't come back.
Like, we'll either live or die or whatever. We'll survive.
Right.
Yeah.
Which, if your dad is telling you, don't come back,
I would not go back. It takes him multiple days to get to this place as a wolf, and she's on a horse riding. He like knocks her out with some like magical potion thing.
No, it was just magic.
Oh yeah, it was just magic, I guess.
Yeah.
It takes them like 4 days?
I don't know. I think it's 2
something
or 3.
like that. 2 or 3 days to get back to wherever they're supposed to be going, and then all of a sudden he like transforms into a man.
Yes.
Through a door. And then he's like, oh, I guess Feyre's like, I guess I'm supposed to follow.
So this is where she meets Tamlin and Lucian.
Mm-hmm.
And some of the servants, or the servants that are there.
A few.
And they all have masks.
Yes.
And this is where she starts describing Tamlin. And the only things that I wrote down were Tamlin, blonde, warrior.
Oh, Tamlin.
That's what he says. It says he's a warrior.
He is a warrior. He's a wolf.
No.
Wolf-like-ish.
Okay.
I know.
All right. First of all, so he must be some kind of shapeshifter.
Yes.
And he's blonde. Ew.
Rude.
Do you have any thoughts on Tamlin? Initially?
I guess at first I understand where he's coming from of like this girl just killed one of his friends or warriors, someone that he knows, and is either trying to get back at him or trying to get back at her and her family. And, he gave her an ultimatum of like, I can kill you now, or you can come back with me and live with me for the rest of my life. So like, Stockholm Syndrome coming up, but what are we doing?
I guess my question too is like, why would you want someone that killed your friend or your man or what?
Living with
you.
I mean, I guess living conditions. What is she going to be living in? What is that? It's like, we don't know that. She could be living in the dungeon and never see daylight for the next 3 months.
Yeah, she just committed to that.
Exactly. She has no
forever.
idea. Or forever. Yeah.
Okay.
I think the more we learn about him, I'm not inclined to say that I like him or hate him right now. But at this moment in the book, I'm like, okay, I understand why he's doing this.
Mm-hmm. It's because it's the treaty.
Because of the treaty. And she picked to live and go with him.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she finds out there's a curse.
Along this land.
Yeah. And
of the Spring Court.
Alice, one of the servants that works there. Also, they all have specific masks on.
Yes.
What was Alice's mask again? Because Lucian's is a fox. Tamlin's, what was Tamlin's? It was just...
Was it just ones with horns?
I don't think it had horns.
Or did it just have a...
See if you can find it. So Alice tells her to keep her wits about her and keep her ears open.
Yes.
I remember the horticulture ones had bug masks. I remember.
Yeah, because that was cute.
Alice had a bird mask.
That's true.
So Tamlin's mask was solid gold with studded green leaf-shaped emeralds. So everybody else kind of had like a theme, I guess, but his really wasn't themed.
Well, you do learn pretty soon that he is a high fae. Yeah, it does say he was one of the high fae. One of their ruling nobility. Beautiful, lethal, and merciless.
Okay.
So, you do learn that he is high fae, so that could just be like, for him in the high fae, that's what his mask looks like.
So then... I like there's dinners and all of that stuff involved, and like she didn't want to wear a dress, she wanted to wear her pants,
so she got a tunic and pants. Yeah.
And then he tells her that she can live anywhere in Prythian, but that she can't cross the wall, and if she crosses the wall, her family will not be taken care of any longer. So while she's in Prythian, he has told her like, I'm taking care of your family, they will be cared for, they won't go hungry, they'll be okay, but you can't cross the wall. Yeah. Otherwise, I'm going to stop taking care of them.
Granted, she doesn't know how he's taking care of her family because he never does say that.
Right.
But I would be... Granted, my father just told me, don't come back, we'll be fine. So
Right.
it's like, who
But the dad also didn't know that was, like, he was going to be taken care of
no.
at that point.
Yeah, he didn't. So, I don't know. I think it's just weird.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what's going on? What are we doing?
Well, and then, you know, she kind of runs into, well, I've been doing all of this stuff for my family. I've been taking care of them. And now what do I do?
Yeah.
And he told her to do whatever she wants with her life.
Yeah.
And I wrote, to be told to do whatever you want with your life and not have to work, a dream.
A dream.
A dream.
Literally was just on vacation and was like, why can't I just like do nothing for the rest of my life?
A life of leisure, you know?
Exactly. I don't understand. Like I came back to work and I was like,
Work.
work.
Gross.
I know.
So then she starts to learn that there's a blight or a sickness that's
Across the
affecting
land.
the magic in Prithian.
Yes.
And that it can affect the humans if it crosses the wall, but it's slow moving, and it somehow has caused the masks in the spring court. Well, she doesn't know it's a spring court yet.
No.
She learns that it's slow moving, but it can affect the
Yes.
humans once it goes into the human realm. But then she's kind of like,
What should I do?
yeah, like,
With
what
my
should I
life.
do? So she's kind of wandering around the garden at one point, and she hears this, like, giggling behind her, and she thinks that maybe it's kids, but then they disappear when Alice, like, calls her back to the house.
Honestly, Alice is really funny. Go Alice. She's hilarious.
At first, I kind of thought that she was a little mean, but
Well, yeah, I would be too, though.
Yeah, she
Like,
grew on me.
Yeah, she grew on me. She's definitely, yeah.
And then she finds out, so Lucian, as you know, in his fox mask, is
Yes.
missing an eye.
Yes.
And she finds out that Tamlin wasn't there when Lucian lost his eye.
No, he was not.
But Tamlin did get him the replacement.
Yes, the mechanical.
Honestly,
I guess very nice.
I like Lucian. I think he's funny.
I think he's funny too.
I think he's mean, but I think he's funny.
He's mean in the way that like, oh, this person just killed like my friend.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna be mean to you.
But I like him. I think he's clever. I think he's funny. I like him. Then she goes on a ride with Lucian, a pony ride.
Yippee-ki-yay!
She goes on a horseback ride with Lucian to
Yes.
survey the border, and then they saw the bog.
Oh,
And apparently this is a thing that kills you if you look at it and acknowledge it. She came from the holes of hell. I don't know why I wrote that. Okay. You figured out why I said she comes from the holes of hell?
yes, they were talking about Hybern. Was she in the study reading and she had learned about all of the, or maybe this came after.
Oh,
She
the
was
map.
she was looking at the map in the
map on the
study.
wall,
In the
yeah.
study, you know, she was walking around in the palace, not a palace.
Well, it's a library.
In the library, but yeah. So, and she saw Hybern, which is like not connected to Prithian, but like off to the side. And I guess somebody was talking about the king of Hybern and how he sits on a throne of bones. And from him, this person, she,
yeah.
that is all we know at this moment, comes from the gates of hell.
Okay. Well, that makes sense because I just wrote she came from the holes of hell and I couldn't remember why.
And then I go, Hybern, King of Thrones, King of Hybern.
Okay, so she is associated with Hybern in some way.
Yes.
And that's after that she starts learning about kind of Lucian's a little bit of his backstory, but then they run into the bog.
Yes.
And they get away
Yes.
because she doesn't look at it. Because if you
Yes.
look at it or you acknowledge it, it's going to kill you. And it like circled them for a bit, like
Yes.
whispering things that it
and like
shouldn't
the horses
know.
were freaked out, but
Yeah.
like he was like, don't look at it, just look straight forward and don't do anything, like don't make any movements or anything. And they were just sitting there on their horses for a while.
Okay, but what if it like popped up in your field of vision?
I don't know.
Then what?
Like if you were
what
just
if it-
sitting there like straight faced
And then
like,
it just was like, hi.
I guess you would like if you just don't acknowledge it. Like, do we never know what the bog's face looks like?
No,
So like who knows?
I don't think we learn anything else about it
Other
other
than-
than Tamlin eventually kills it.
Yeah.
So, yeah. That was my question of what happens when it pops up in your field of vision.
You just have to pretend like it's not there. Like remember from Avatar where it's what is it? Where he goes to find
the good avatar or the blue avatar?
No, the good Avatar. Avatar the Last Airbender, where he goes to the spirit world to find, is it Ko? where he's learning about yin and yang, and they were like, "Oh, he'll steal your face," but he was like, "Don't make any." Granted, he was able to talk to him then,
And
but
look at him. He just couldn't make any
facial expression. So it's like, okay, I'm just gonna keep a straight face. Don't look straight ahead. Don't acknowledge the bog. Just pretend nothing's here, and we're just sitting here, like that.
Yeah, maybe.
That's what I would kind of imagine. Granted, that's kind of like, I think it was in some type of monkey form.
Co?
Yeah.
No, it was like a centipede.
Oh, that's right. The monkey was something else.
But he could change.
Yes, because he changed forms into...
He changed his face.
He changed his face into,
like,
faces
other... he'd stolen.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're not talking about that.
Maybe soon.
Then, there's a thing that looks like her dad that tries to get her to come out of the house at night.
She's, like, going to... Or she's doing something in her room, and she looks outside, and she sees her dad. So she's trying to figure out how she can get out, because the door is locked. I believe the door's locked, isn't it?
No.
Yeah, because the first day she was waiting for Alice to unlock the door. Or, like, she heard Alice
She booby-trapped it.
Oh, she had already booby-trapped the door, so she didn't want to go out it.
Yeah.
So she went out the window and down, like, the trees and whatnot, and she did get out.
Yes, but Tamlin stopped her while she was still, I think, on the house grounds.
Yes, she was still, just right in the garden.
It was a shapeshifter thing that would have eaten her, and then we later find out that it's the puka.
Yeah, the puka. Puka. Sounds like a dog breed.
It does.
Doesn't it?
I mean, puka shell necklace.
Oh, yeah.
She is still upset, obviously, because she thinks that was her dad.
Yeah.
So then she's still having these feelings on the inside because she doesn't really know that her family's being taken care of because she can't see it for herself.
Yeah.
So she's still feeling like she's breaking the promise that she made to her mother on her mother's deathbed to promise to take care of the rest of her family, which also, what was she, like 10 at the time? 7. Yeah. That's a big promise.
For your two older sisters, you've got a dad. Like, they should be taking care of you, not the other way around.
Why are you asking your youngest child to take care of the rest of their family?
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
That seems inconsiderate. Anyway, Tamlin goes and kills the bog. Surprise, surprise. Lucien reprimanded Tamlin for sulking and not even trying to fake it, and then running out of time, that he won't follow in his father's footsteps. I literally just write down the stream of consciousness that I have of short sentences. So I wrote, Tamlin killed the bog. Lucien reprimanded Tamlin for sulking and not even trying to fake it. Running out of time. Won't follow his father's footsteps. Heart of stone. Monsters going across the borders. So all of this was in one conversation that Feyre overheard from the hallway.
Those two having, yes, Lucien and Tamlin from the hallway.
Yeah, because they're in the dining room eating, and they're talking about this.
Yeah.
So these are all of the things that I think Lucien kind of threw at Tamlin during this confrontation. And then he walks out and sees Feyre there.
Or does Feyre end up tripping or something? And
maybe she walks in.
I don't
know. They have really great hearing, so
I'm surprised that they couldn't either hear her. Maybe they wanted her to hear it. Who knows?
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know.
Now we get to the fact that she's like, well, I guess I can do anything with my life. I guess I'll try to learn how to read.
Because, I'll try and send maybe, in her own mind, she's like, I can maybe try and send a letter to my family to let them know, I'm safe. I'm alive, because her family thinks
her family doesn't know
where she is.
So she just doesn't know what her family knows, and we don't know anything about the family right now.
Yeah.
She tries to teach herself how to read in the library that Tamlin showed her.
It doesn't work very well. She is frustrated by a lot of words, can't figure them out, has to sound it out, and
she gets free reign of the library to do whatever she wants in there.
Yeah.
And that's very Beauty and the Beastie. For some reason, she's heard about the Suriel, and she knows of this creature that will tell her the truth if you catch it.
Yes.
So she asks Lucien to tell her how to catch the Suriel, so he does. He tells her that she needs a fresh chicken, and that they don't like to cross water, so she needs to get a fresh chicken to kill so that she can lure the Suriel, and then she needs to set it up where she can catch the Suriel and then jump across some water, because the Suriel doesn't like to cross water.
They can't cross,
So she caught it. But the Suriel tells her, because she's like, I want to go back to my family, and the Suriel's like, you can't go back without dying.
Yep.
Or your family dying.
One or the other.
Like, without dying and her family.
Yeah.
Tamlin is the High Lord of the Spring Court, So that's where we find out that this is the Spring Court.
Yes.
And that he's a High Lord.
Yes.
Not just High Fae.
Mm-hmm.
That the Suriel is older than the bones of the world.
Oh, crazy.
And that Farah should stay with the High Lord and she will be safe. Do not look for answers or be devoured by the shadow over Prithian. Mm-hmm. High Lord will shield you. Mm-hmm. Hybern King is unhappy with the treaty, and 100 years ago he sent spies to infiltrate the courts. 50 years ago, the deceiver betrayed him. Stay with the High Lord and live to see everything righted, is what the Suriel tells her, essentially.
Yes.
And she starts going on this big, like, history lesson that I feel like is super important to the actual story.
Yes.
And then the Naga show up, and they essentially want to kill the Suriel, or take the Suriel. It says
the Naga were sprung from a nightmare, covered in dark scales and nothing more. They were a horrendous combination of serpentine features and male humanoid bodies whose powerful arms ended in polished black flesh-shredding talons.
Okay, what's the Suriel's? How did it describe Suriel? Because that one is crazy.
Oh gosh, I had to know what to expected as I entered the ring of white trees and the tall and straight as pillars, but it was not the tall, thin veil figured in dark, tattered robes. It hunched back facing me. I could count the hard knobs of its spine poking through the thin fabric. Spindly, scabby gray arms clawed at the snare with yellowed, cracked fingernails. A face that looked like it had been crafted from dried, weathered, worn bone. A skin either forgotten or discarded. A lipless mouth. And 2 long teeth held back by blackened gums. Slitted holes for nostrils and eyes. Eyes that were nothing more than swirling pits of milky white. The white of death, the white of sickness, the white of clean-picked corpses.
Ooh. So that, honestly, I think that's almost scarier than the Naga. But anyway, the Naga apparently are a lot more dangerous.
It says they were sprung from nightmares.
Yeah. So I don't know. I feel like she didn't give you as much of a description
of the Naga
as she did the Suriel. So then she starts, okay, because the Suriel is now telling her, hey, you got to let me go because those things are going to try to kill us. So she then has a split second when they show up because there's 4 of them?
Yes, there's 4 of them.
Okay, yeah, there's 4. So they show up and the Suriel's like, hey, you got to let me go. Why aren't you letting me go? And Farah uses her first arrow to shoot the rope that's tying the Suriel, like, in the snare.
Yeah.
To let that go, and then she takes off running. So she doesn't even use it to try to save herself.
No. She saves the Suriel.
She saves the Suriel. So then she actually kills 2 of them before Tamlin shows up because she was told by Lucian, oh, if you just scream, I'll come help you. But he didn't.
Yeah, he hesitated.
Screamed, and then he didn't come.
Exactly.
So then Tamlin shows up and kills the other 2. Later on, Alice then says, Tamlin is the only one that can fix the blight. You don't need a chicken, just a new robe for the Suriel. So apparently she didn't even need a chicken. She could just bring out a new robe and then but that makes sense because its robe is all tattered.
Yes.
And that she then learns that fairies can lie.
Yeah.
And that iron doesn't do anything to them. So all of those little iron bracelets
that
all
her
of the
sister
people
wearing does absolutely nothing.
But the mountain ash does.
And they burned most of it.
Yes. They burned most of those trees to try to save themselves.
Yes. I mean, I would too.
Yeah. Tamlin is impressed that she caught the Suriel and asked if she knows how to laugh. He would have sided with the humans and fought against slavery. And then her family thinks she's with her long-lost aunt that's ill and she needed Farah's help.
Yeah.
Do you have anything?
I will say, for some reason I wrote Fae children age differently. So I think she was talking to Alice.
Yeah.
And got the story of, like, the 2 nieces and nephews that live with her, and they were like, oh, Fae children are, like, so rare and they age so differently that it's like when you do have them, but not 1 but like 2, you, like, really want to cherish them, and it takes them a long time to age.
Yes. So Farah doesn't think that her father would come to save her.
No.
Which I agree.
I
don't think he would.
He could barely walk.
He told her not to come back.
Exactly.
Why would he go after her?
I know.
And then Tamlin does think that he would, so he glamored his memories not to come after her. So he changed the father's memories
Yes.
to think that Farah is with this aunt.
Yes.
And then...
I think he changed all of them, right? But we don't know that till later.
Yeah, but he may have said that he did.
Mm-hmm.
And that he also put in his memories to run with the family at the first sign of problems with the blight. So he did put in this caveat that if the blight starts coming across the human realm, that he would take his family and leave.
Yeah.
And she asks for paints and brushes. So now she's like, okay, fine, I guess I'll paint.
I can't read.
Yeah.
I guess I'll go read. Or I guess I'll go paint over here.
So then one night, a fairy from the summer court had his wings ripped off and dumped in the spring court lands. And he kept saying, she took my wings, she took my wings. And Lucian vomited at the sight of it.
Oh. I mean, I could only imagine. Like, wings are attached to you. So it's like,
yeah.
Who knows how whoever she is, rips them. Did she take, like, your bones from it? Did she just, like, cut them off?
I mean,
like,
it had to have been bones.
Well,
gotta
yeah.
Be bones in
well,
it.
but, like, did she just cut them?
I don't know. I think she said it was just, like, stumps.
Yeah.
Or like they were like sawed off or something. I don't know. It sounds really gruesome.
Yeah. I probably honestly would throw up too.
The fairy does eventually
die
from the injuries. But also I want to revisit Lucian vomiting, because if I was one of the servants in that house and I not only had to clean up all of this blood all over the foyer.
Sir, you can clean up your own vomit.
But Lucian's vomit as well?
Ugh.
No.
No. Absolutely not.
I'd be like, no.
Actually,
I think I'm off for the night, actually.
Yeah.
See you guys tomorrow.
Clock out.
I'm done for the day.
Yeah.
That looks like someone else's problem.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I have the Pool of Starlight in the Spring Court. It was a favorite place of Tamlin's as a boy.
Yes.
Lucian is the youngest of 7, and his siblings only see each other as competition. And typically,
Lucian.
And typically the strongest, not the oldest, inherit the High Lord title.
Yeah.
Which is not what I thought it was going to be. I always thought it was going to be the oldest.
I feel like that's like most things of like inheriting things when you think of that. Like the crown, the oldest. Or like money, the oldest kind of thing versus.
But it's the strongest, so they end up like fighting amongst each other.
And they're all fighting, and when you have 6 other brothers that are fighting against you, it's like, okay, there's bound to be competition and hatred and all of this.
Right.
You know, you're really pitting each other against each other versus a growing, loving community with your siblings. And what do you mean? I mean, I fight with my sibling, but it's like a love hate.
We did not grow up in the same kind of household.
No, we didn't.
So we find out that Lucian has fallen in love with someone that was below his station.
Yes.
And his father executed her while he was held down to watch, which is horrible.
Yeah. That's
which is when he left the Autumn Court. Rightfully
so, yes.
Because Lucian is originally from the Autumn Court. He also has like red hair as well. 3 of his brothers came to kill him, and only one of them made it back to the Autumn Court.
So who's the strongest?
While Tamlin and Lucian both killed one each.
Yes.
And then we go back to the Pool of Starlight, because that's where we are. I think that's where he's telling her about Lucian. And he says if you drink the starlight from the starlight pool, legend says you'll be happy till your dying day. And she then tells him about how she taught herself to swim. Because apparently she can teach herself how to do everything except for read.
Spoiler alert, it comes in handy soon.
So then we talk about how Farah lost her fortune. And essentially she says that like their fortune was a good name hiding debts, and that her dad bought a bunch of ships to try and pay off the debts. But then the ships took a deadly shortcut and they sank, even though everybody knew you weren't supposed to take that shortcut, but he did it anyway.
Yeah.
And that's how they ended up in the cottage.
Yeah.
And so now she started painting, and she's still having dreams about a pale woman ripping her to shreds with a shadow that she can't quite glimpse watching over her.
Yeah.
Which is super creepy. Like, the first time I read it, I was like, oh, so someone's trying to kill her. But also there's someone waiting to also maybe kill her.
Or at least watching her? Like, what is happening?
Once again, she's upset about her family. I
Crazy.
put the eye roll emoji.
He made her forget about her family with the rose bushes or whatever. I have that written down. He made her forget about it, or I guess she didn't forget about her family, but she was so entranced of living here and like, oh, this whole different life that she was like, oh, I guess my family doesn't.
I guess I'm painting now.
Yeah. And just like living the life of luxury.
Yeah. So
versus
now
this hardship life.
Now I have the Knight of Calanmai.
Perfect! That's great!
Is that what you have?
Yeah.
That sounded really condescending. Perfect! That's great! So, Calanmai, or the Fire Night,
I have,
is
Fire Night.
a spring festival where they have bonfires, and the magic is generated for the land for the year ahead, and it's some kind of ritual.
Yes.
Feyre is not invited.
Not at all. They tell her to stay home, lock the doors, stay in your room, and don't come out at all.
Yeah, so she's not invited, which, like, rude.
Rude.
And then, technically, at this time that she learns about it, it's 2 days from that time.
Yeah.
But
they were like, and then, like, it comes up, and Tamlin's like, stay in your room. Don't leave. Blah, blah, blah. Here you go.
Seems controlling. Lucian and Tamlin are then talking to someone who she can't see because I think he told her to hide in the bush. Was that the adder?
Oh, yes, she's hiding in the bushes.
Yes. So Lucian and Tamlin are talking to somebody that she can't see because they hear somebody coming, and so they tell her to hide.
Yes.
And there's a shadow that she can kind of see. And then the shadow told Tamlin, though you have a heart of stone, you keep a host of fear inside it. She then finds out it's something called the adder, but she didn't see it.
No.
Now we're at Calanmai, where she knows she shouldn't go, but she wants to, duh.
Exactly. This is a big part
if
of it.
I was told that I'm not supposed to go something, of course I'm going to try to go.
Yes, where as this whole party starts, that she hears this beat of a drum that is like beckoning her to
No. It's not just the drums. She very distinctly mentions a string tied to her gut is pulling her to it.
Exactly. So there's like this string that she feels pulling her towards it, the drums, all of this is, making her want to be there and like be in that environment and like really be there.
Tamlin's telling her she's not allowed to go and that she has to stay in her room. And then I have a wild, wicked voice tugged at her to go. Go see.
Yeah.
It's glamored to not see things properly. And then 3 fairies. So I guess because she has to like get close to it.
Yes.
So then 3 fairies found her and she tried to get away from them, but then they wouldn't let her go. One shoved her down. And then she says, the most beautiful man she had ever seen.
Savior.
Caught her before she hit the ground.
I literally wrote that. Most beautiful man ever seen. Yes, he is.
And he says, there you are. I've been looking for you. And then he scares off the other 3, which, okay.
Bye.
You've been looking for me?
All right, let's go. Where are we going?
They didn't exchange names.
Nope.
And this is a great rite where all 7 of the lords participate, of the high lords participate.
Yes.
This allows the magic to enter the body or enter the body to take over the body, mind, and soul, to find a maiden and couple.
Yes.
Once Tamlin does, everyone else can mingle.
Yes.
So apparently Tamlin's leading the charge.
Tamlin and the rest of the High Lords then will lead the charge.
Right.
So Feyre's at this whole thing where this savior, most beautiful man she'd ever seen, saves her, and all of a sudden, like, Lucian shows up too.
After
I
think, doesn't the savior tell her to, like, go back to the house?
Yes, the savior is like, you shouldn't be here, like this, something like that, like this probably isn't safe for you, something around that. And she starts walking back, and Lucian finds her. And Lucian is like, what are you doing here? Like, you shouldn't be here. And he drags her back home, and he's like, now I have to go, like...
He's full panicked,
and he goes, well, now I have to go stop Tamlin from killing everybody to find you, essentially.
Well, he said that Tamlin would smell her.
Yes.
So, weird.
He has a good sense of smell.
I then wrote...
His senses are enhanced.
So I then wrote that he did smell her, and he came to find her after the rite.
Yes.
And he was talking about how, like, he smelled her beforehand and he just couldn't get her out of his head and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Like, the whole thing.
Yeah.
He looked for her and couldn't find her, so he had to pick another, is what he says. She tells him that she doesn't want leftovers.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, same though. Can we go back to the most beautiful man? Can we have him instead?
Yeah, there's no leftovers there.
Yeah, there's no leftovers there.
It says that he then bit her, but didn't puncture her.
Yes.
And he says, "Don't ever disobey me again." And she slapped him and tell him not to tell her what to do. The next day,
Girl
her neck was
power!
bruised. But
Girl power.
honestly, same. Don't tell me what to do.
Don't tell me what to do.
First of all, disobey you.
But also, you could tell me what to do.
No. No. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Absolutely not. The rage inside me when I heard him say, "Don't ever disobey me again."
That's true. That was like if it was like for the night, that would have been different. But like the fact that he was like, "Ever again," like, I mean, technically, you are my captor.
I'm ready to go full homicidal. Like, I was ready.
Okay.
I can't do that.
Okay.
So, let's see. At some point when they were at the pool of starlight, he like lifted the glamour so that she could actually see.
Oh yes, I
do
do write
realm.
that. Tamlin opened her eyes to the sight.
The sight.
That's what I think he said.
Oh, okay.
Like to sight of being able to see all of it. So she now sees all these servants more. She sees all the servants that are around the spring court.
It's now that she's starting to notice it after Calanmai is when she's noticing it.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Time out. So the glamour has been lifted. First of all, I'm going to tell you right now, if I thought this whole time, she's going around thinking this is this big empty house, it's just her, Tamlin, Lucian, and maybe Alice and a couple other people. Yeah. The way I would be farting everywhere I go thinking I'm alone.
Like, yeah.
And come to find out there's all these people around.
First of all, I'd be talking to myself like I'm crazy, too.
No, I'd just be farting.
I'd be farting, I'd be burping, I'd be like cracking my back, my neck, whatever, and just be like if you're alone all the time too, I'd be talking to myself. I know I would, and I'd just be like, la la la. Oh, like what are we gonna do today, Haley? La 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 la. Like, oh, maybe I should know this, and then all of a sudden,
these fairies are probably like,
she's crazy. She's crazy.
She's not okay.
And then all of a sudden, you're like, wait, there's actually more people here?
Yeah, when she finds that out, I was like, I'd be done.
Yeah.
I'd be done for
They'd
it.
be staring at me like, that is the nastiest girl ever. She's farting up a storm. She's burping. She's crazy talking to herself.
Can you imagine, like, walking through the halls and just crop dusting these people while they're just standing there and you don't even see them?
I know. And then
you just bold as can be.
He's like, why is there so many people here? Have they always been here?
Yeah.
Sugar. Like, that's not good.
I can't even. The way I would be so embarrassed that I would never leave my room again.
And I would just I'd be like, dinner, breakfast, lunch, dinner.
It needs to come up to me. I can't leave.
Honestly, at that point, she would have been fine if she never left because she'd be so embarrassed.
Yeah.
I'd be fine too.
I'd be embarrassed.
Bring the paints to my room. Cool. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Can I get a balcony built so I can just fresh air?
Yeah.
From my forehead.
You're not hotboxing yourself in there. Dutch oven. Just Dutch oven yourself in your room.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden, there's a beheaded man.
I was just about to say that. And so then they find a fresh head in the garden.
One morning, right?
Impaled on, of all things, a heron statue. Which, like, what did that heron do to you?
Okay, it's a statue. Come on. It's fine.
It was fresh. Branded with the mountain with 3 stars, which ends up being the Night Court
symbol.
Yeah. And then the Night Court does what it wants. She's finding this out information from like Lucian and Tamlin of just like the Night Court does what they want. They live by their own code and morals. They delight in torture, and this head was a prank, in quotes, or a message. The High Lord of the Night Court likely did it and wants the Spring Court to know that they are circling if the wards continue to fail, which is how like the Bog and the Naga and all of that stuff has gotten into the Spring Court.
Exactly. Yeah.
So then we find out at this point that it's been 6 months since she's come to Prithian.
Yes.
And it's now the summer solstice. Tamlin plays the fiddle, and she drinks fairy wine.
Oh, yeah, she drinks fairy wine.
And they made out a bit.
They did.
But the fiddle, I can't even, like, imagine this. It's just too...
You've never seen somebody play the fiddle?
Yes, of course I have.
Okay.
It's just silly.
Playing the fiddle?
This situation.
Why?
It just feels...
Have you ever listened to The Devil Went Down to Georgia?
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately, that is a classic. A great song.
I don't listen to country.
That's like the perfect country.
I don't listen to country.
Oh, such a good song.
It's not my favorite.
Somebody did a super off topic. Somebody did a second person as like the devil. Somebody made a song based on the devil.
Like I've seen that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't that in like Supernatural or something?
What? So the summer solstice. She's wondering how her family felt that she's been away. She's still like taking care of this aunt, and she's like, what's going on? Like, I need to find my family, or I need to get back to them, or at least contact them to let her know she's okay, which obviously she can't.
Oh, and then she writes down so as she's trying to teach herself to read, she writes down all of the words that she can't sound out.
Yes.
So it's just this list of like miscellaneous words.
Yeah.
Which
is kind of sad.
And then Tamlin like turns it into a limerick of some kind, which whatever.
It's probably like potato.
He's cringe.
This, that.
He's cringe.
He's cute. He turned her missed words into...
He's cringe.
She just can't read the limerick, though. She's illiterate.
So the next morning I have that the next morning the Blight killed 12 younglings from the Winter Court.
Yes, which is crazy because younglings, like...
Yeah, we've already like talked about how,
important
like,
children, Fae children.
Rare. And then only the Night Court has been spared from now learning all of the things that the Blight has destroyed.
Yeah.
So
it's, yes, you said it was the next morning. They're talking about things when all of a sudden they hear a visitor.
Yes.
A visitor is coming in to the spring court.
And I have lots of notes about this.
Same. Well, I do, but I don't.
Okay, what do you have?
But so there's this visitor that they don't know who it is. And Tamlin's sitting at the table, as cool as he can be, while Lucian pushes Feyre up against like the walls, the curtains in the wall, and is like standing in front of her, looking out the window, pretending that like it's just Lucian and Tamlin. And we're like, all right, who's this person coming in? When
I have strolling steps, the guy who saved her,
yes,
cloaked in night, inclined his head but did not bow.
Yes.
And then it says Rhysand hasn't seen him. Oh, Tamlin and Rhysand, I guess, have not seen each other in 49 years. And then he's the one who left the head.
Yes.
And then 49 years.
As a gift, you know.
Rhysand talks about, as a gift. Rhysand talks about that in 49 years, and Tamlin has not tried to save himself or his lands. That's when Tamlin and Lucian call him Amarantha's whore, and he said, but not without reason.
And they talk about some stuff under the mountain, or like that there is under the mountain type of things happening. What we know of that, we don't. She doesn't go into. They don't go into detail much about that.
So I have notes that say, Rhysand laughs like a lover's laugh, which is like I think of like Velvet.
Yeah. Again, this is the person who saved her.
Yes, at Callan Mine.
Callan Mine, who she literally said was the most beautiful man she's ever seen.
Yes. And
now he's back at the, visiting the spring court, and they're like chatting like old friends, I guess.
But she can definitely tell there's something wrong.
Yes. There's tension between everybody.
So then she finds out through Rhysand saying that Tamlin essentially doesn't enforce rank in his court, and that's why Lucian's able to just kind of say and do whatever he wants. And then Rhysand puts his hands in his pockets, and he taught Tamlin about war and women. Rhysand notices the third plate at the table.
Table is set for 3. I wrote that down.
He smelled her goblet. Did you write that down?
No, I did not.
Exactly. I did not catch that the first read through.
Okay. No, I definitely did not.
Rhysand then faces Tamlin, and he's got no emotion on his face. Rhysand rose his brows, and then disbelief then flickered to a look of excitement on his face. And then he whipped his head to Lucian. Where Then Rhysand gets angry at Tamlin because he realizes that Tamlin has glamored or like magicked Feyre out of sight. And then Lucien then claims that Feyre is his fiance.
Yes, it's Lucian's betrothed.
Yes.
After she's uncovered.
Yes.
She gets uncovered and Rhysand finally sees her.
I wrote, Lucien claims she is his fiance, called her mortal trash. I think Rhysand might have done that.
Oh, yeah.
And then Rhys told her that if she was wise, she would be running and screaming from this place. And that's when
Rhysand reaches inside her mind with a power like no other, is what I have written, and sees those delicious thoughts about Tamlin.
Ugh. I don't.
First of all, though, the fact that he can, like, I think of, like, an eagle claw, like, because that's how she feels, like, scraping.
I mean, they talk about it being talons.
Scraping the, like, memory of, like, what she has done with Tamlin. Seeing all of those, and it's just, like, you can, like, feel it in your brain, and you can't see it, but, like, you can feel someone's in your head with you. Well, that's how I think of it.
And she like stiffened too when it happened. So like she felt like she couldn't move.
Yeah. And he was like all that power in him.
I did write that he then said her most private thoughts about Tamlin.
Yes.
Then Rhysand says, if it's any consolation, she would have been the one for you and you might have gotten away with it. A bit late though. She's more stubborn than you are.
And
what does that mean?
What does that mean? Exactly.
So then Rhys made Tamlin beg and to not tell Amarantha about Feyre.
Yes, because he said Amarantha would enjoy breaking her bit by bit.
And then he also made Lucien beg and put their head to the ground.
Yeah.
He asked for her name and she gave him the name Claire Better.
Which clearly you know isn't her name.
Right. Rhys said he looks forward to seeing them all under the mountain.
Which, what does that mean? We have no idea.
Tamlin then threw a fit and now decided to send Feyre back home.
Yes, after Rhys's visit and the mention of Amarantha, Tamlin wants to send her home.
But then she sleeps with him. And then
he tells her to leave and then they sleep together. Literally wrote a question mark.
And he tells her, I love you, thorns and all. And then he was gone in the morning.
Yeah. He shredded it with his claws and then retracted them back. Oh, her shirt. Sorry. Some piece of clothing.
I'm sorry. I just really don't like Tamlin. I think he has zero personality. I think he's just a wet blanket.
I think he's hiding his true self.
And it's not because he's just blonde. He's a bad...
I think he's hiding his true self because he doesn't want to get hurt.
No, I don't believe that. I think he's just... from the moment that we met him, I did not like him.
Okay. I feel like
there was just something wrong.
I had mixed emotions because I was like, I mean, it makes sense why he's taking her captive. It was like the treaty and everything. As we learn more about him, they have like a relationship or develop more of a relationship.
Not really, though. What does she really know about him?
She's got Stockholm Syndrome.
What does she really know about him other than what Lucien or the Surreal has told her?
That's true.
He barely opened up about anything about himself.
I did write a note in the beginning. Tamlin first prefers being alone. So
it shows. Like he can't even, and even Lucien was like, "You're not even trying."
Yeah.
In the beginning, he's just been sullen and sulky.
Yeah. I will say, so he tells her to leave.
Well, he sends her back.
He sends her back home.
Oh, wait. Lucien told Tamlin that he thought that she was smarter than this. And that to Tamlin to not give her back for a few more days. So, like, Lucien was saying not to send her back for a few more days.
Yeah.
But Tamlin said, I love you, as the carriage was leaving. And she couldn't say it back, even though she said she wanted to. Yeah. Again, you don't know this man. You don't know anything about him.
They're lovers.
No.
It's Stockholm Syndrome.
She's 19. She's 19. What does she know?
Girl, I don't know.
Nothing. She can't even read.
Anyway,
she can't even read.
She goes back home realizing that Tamlin did take care of her family.
Yeah, they're in a mansion now.
They're in a mansion now. Back when this, they've got servants, they've got gardeners, they've got everything.
Because apparently some investors showed up one day on their porch and said that their ships were found.
Their ships were found, and they have all this money now. So those ships that they earlier lost, they found.
Oh, and she mentions that all of the food tastes terrible compared to Prithian now.
Yeah.
The Prithian food apparently is like top notch.
Yeah. I mean, hey, I guess the Fae live in luxury.
And so then she started giving money away to the poor people in her village.
She did. She went around with little bags of gold coins and
and then Nesta had, at one point after Feyre left, Nesta never believed the story that she was fed her brother or her father and her sister were telling her.
And it said Nesta tried to visit her, but the carriage broke down and...
Well, I wrote that Nesta hired the mercenary to take her to the wall. But I think, the carriage
We figured that out later, though.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh. Nesta spent all of the money to see if their dad would try to save them. Oh, that's where we find out that whenever they were in the cottage, Nesta was trying to spend every penny.
To see if their dad would actually get up and help them.
But he never did.
And he was like, oh, my leg, or whatever was wrong.
So,
but I will say, when she got back home, when Feyre got back home, she did hear, like, she remembers hearing, like, the Suriel to, like, stay with the High Lord. And she was like, should I really be going back home? Like, what's the pros and cons of this?
So then she figures out Nesta never got glamored. So Nesta knew the whole time something was up.
Yeah, she knew there was no Aunt Ripley, and the glamour wasn't working for her.
And when she goes into town, she realizes that something bad has happened to the Better family.
Yes.
Claire Better and her whole family are dead in a house fire.
The household burned down the day before she arrived back home.
Yeah.
Everybody was inside, her servants, everything. Like, I guess she was a little bit better off than Feyre's family. Everybody, but Claire's body was not to be found.
Mm-hmm. Right.
They found, like, everybody else's, or, like, remains of bodies, and nope, nothing for her.
So then she goes back.
And Nesta says, we don't need you here. Yeah. Don't look back.
Right.
Nesta, your sister now is telling you, we're good. Don't come back.
Yeah, just go.
Just go.
Just get out of here. Don't get.
We don't want you. Yeah.
So she gets back to the mansion after a couple of days, because I think it just takes a couple of days. And she finds that the mansion is trashed in the spring court.
Disarray. There's no one there. There's no sounds that she hears. It's silent.
She finds out that Amarantha took Tamlin and that he never broke the curse. She wants to be the High Queen of Prithian, and she's the spy that was sent from Highburn. And that she never went, or she would... So Alice is telling her all of this when she gets back, because she finds Alice still in the mansion.
Yes.
And Alice is saying, like, essentially giving her the backstory of what happened, that Amarantha went from court to court, talking of trade and sharing of assets, making amends for her and Highburn's actions during the war against the humans, where the humans were separated from them.
Yes.
The most lethal general that Highburn had was Amarantha. Or no, was it Clythia?
Amarantha and her sister Clythia.
Yeah.
So I have 100 years ago, she arrived from Highburn to Prithian.
Right. And she learned that from
she was
the
most lethal. Yes, where she was the most lethal general. And she had a sister, Clythia, who fell in love with a human man.
Yes.
From the other side of the war.
A mortal warrior, Jurian. Jurian used her to learn things about Amarantha's forces. So Amarantha decided not to kill him since her sister loved him. But Jurian then betrayed Clythia and killed her brutally. After the treaty, she killed all of her slaves, Amarantha did, instead of setting them free. Which means she just killed all of the humans that were working for her instead of just setting them free.
Exactly.
Which
because
is like...
she doesn't like humans because a human killed her sister.
Super cruel.
Yes.
And then she took over Prithian. She had a ball in her honor and then slipped everyone a potion that took the High Lord's magic, with only the base elements of their magic being left. Then she took over after that.
Yep.
And she wants to take over the human lands next.
Yes. Which she's just going to kill everybody.
Right.
But, so she then, before kind of going a little back, Amarantha essentially, oh gosh, why can't I think of this word? Tortured Jurian.
Yeah. Before she killed him
and saved his eye.
Yeah.
And a finger bone of his.
Yes. The Blight is Amarantha.
She's the one who's slowly going from, like, land or court to court, leeching their power.
She's the one who's been sending the monsters to test the strength. So it wasn't the Night Court, like she had originally thought.
Exactly.
Feyre could have been the one to stop her. So Alice is telling her all of this. She's like, you could have been the one to stop this.
Yeah.
But you were blind to her heart,
She was blind to everything.
Yeah. And then Tamlin and Amarantha knew each other from before.
From before. And Amarantha loved Tamlin.
Tamlin
They were lovers and consorts.
Yes. Well, it says Tamlin's family was tied to Hybern. His father wanted to keep slaves, but Amarantha wanted Tamlin. So then it says he was weary and she stole his power.
Yes.
Lucian was the emissary for Tamlin, and he told her to go back to the hole she crawled out of.
Yep. And she didn't like that, and that's where she took Lucian's eye.
She took his eye, and she took it out with her fingernail.
Like, scooped it out.
And then scarred his face.
Yeah.
Tamlin vomited when he saw Lucian.
Yep.
So it's a theme. People just like to vomit.
At least over in the Spring Court, they like to vomit.
Then she hosted a masquerade in her honor. She hosted a masquerade in her honor. And then that's where they have the masks on. So it was for Lucian.
It was for Lucian of the Spring Court, so they wanted everybody to, like, cover up their faces so he wouldn't be, I guess, like, as hideous.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. Not that we, care that much.
And then Tamlin agreed and then brought everyone with him.
Everybody from the Spring Court went to this party.
Yeah. Tamlin had to join her and was told that he needed to join her and be her consort for peace. He said that he would take a human before her.
Yep.
And that struck a nerve because of the whole Jurian and Clythia thing. So Amarantha then was obviously mad because her sister chose a human over her, and it seemed like Tamlin would too.
Yeah.
He got this curse put on him by Amarantha, and he had to break the curse by finding a human who hates fairies, who would kill one, agree to marry him.
Yep,
in the 49 years.
A human girl to marry him, but a human girl with ice in her heart with hatred for fairies.
Yes. So she had to kill one of his men in an unprovoked attack, and then he had to bring her to the court. And then the treaty was a lie that you can kill fairies with no consequences.
Yes.
He just told her that to get her to the night court.
Or to the Spring Court.
Yeah, the Spring Court.
Yeah.
So she wanted Tamlin to know what it felt like to lose his friends.
Yes.
And the human would have to say that she loved him and meant it in order to break the curse.
Yes.
So in the meantime, though, the masks were bound to their faces to make it harder for someone to see past it.
So he had to send out a wolf, a fairy. And for the first, for the first, like, few
48.
years, he sent somebody out every day. So he sent everybody out in his court, or he sent a warrior out in his court every day to the human realm for them to essentially just be slaughtered.
Yeah, and he stopped doing it after a while.
I think he stopped doing it after, a few years, because he was like, this is, like, nobody's coming back. A lot of that times, like, they were either killed, and it wasn't even a female that killed them, or it was just like they would cower away. So I'm like, okay, well, this is crazy. Like, you're sending away your warriors to die
for nothing.
And then it's like, okay, if it worked after the first time, that's good, but, like, after 2 years of sending someone out every month, like,
well, and so one of the stipulations was that they could not tell her what about this curse.
Yes. It ended up being, after Feyre left, the curse kind of ended, or not ended, their timeline was up.
Yeah, so he
had to go live under the mountain
with
Amarantha as his kind of, like, puppet.
I then have that 3 of the families tried to rebel.
The day, summer, and winter, they had an open rebel them, and she immediately killed them.
Yep, she killed all of them.
Yeah.
The children of the blessed were being used as messengers, and then they were also caught and killed.
Yeah.
She keeps everyone under the mountain, and if you serve her, she allows you to come and go.
Yes.
But the monsters, even too awful for the night court, flock to Amarantha, and that she was never punished by Hybern.
No. I mean, he's also, like, holding power, too, if that makes sense,
Right. So I then wrote, did he truly love her, or did he just say it?
Wanting to hear it back from her to lift this curse.
To try to lift the curse, yeah. Did he just say it?
That's true.
Just to try to get the curse lifted, or did he really mean that he loved her?
Yeah. I mean, she did say she wanted it back, but I guess it really had to be meant from her side more after we learn all this. She had to really mean that she loved him versus him saying it.
Right.
I mean, I think...
But that's like a prompt there.
That's like, yeah. Like, oh, I love you. You say it back. Like, a lot of times. I love you. Love you too. Do you, though? Clearly she did not at the time.
So then Alice tells her, because she's determined to go under the mountain now to find Tamlin.
Yeah, she's like, I need to find them. I need to tell them, like, I love them. At least do something.
So then Alice tells her, don't drink the wine, don't make any deals, and don't trust anyone.
Yeah.
Not even Tamlin.
Yeah.
The senses are your greatest enemy, and one part of the curse is still left to figure out. Keep your ears open.
Mm-hmm. Alice tells her how to get into the mountain. She brings her to this one area to get in there. And as she's walking through the mountain, the adder meets her again.
Oh, right, yeah.
And is like, oh, she's going down this long hallway when she feels it grab her. And he brings her to...
Yeah, he drags her
to Amarantha in, like, this throne room where Amarantha's sitting up there in her throne with Tamlin sitting right beside her.
Mm-hmm.
And
that's where we learn that Amarantha has a finger bone necklace and an
eyeball.
An eye ring.
Eyeball ring, yeah.
Which moves.
It's like his consciousness is still alive somehow. And we figure out that is from Jurian.
Okay, but I have real questions about this. So, like, is it suspended in a substance, like a liquid that's, like, moving around? Is it just the ring, like the eyeball on a setting, and you can, like, feel it move?
I would assume it's kind of, like, in a globe thing, whether or not there's, like, I don't know. That's how, like, I picture it. It's, like, on a ring, or there's, like, a globe on a ring, and it moves with, like...
Can you imagine how big that would be on your hand?
I guess it would be, like, in some type of, like, solution that, like, keeps it from, like, drying out.
But this is magic, so you don't really
That's true.
That. Formaldehyde.
I did also write, and this is just from the Libby version of it, I go, Amarantha sounds like Azula.
Oh, from Avatar?
Yes. I don't know if you got that, but I was like...
I didn't.
Okay. I think just like, or maybe like how she says some things, the voices of it, I'm like, narrator, it kind of sounds like Azula, and I was like, I mean, it goes hand in hand, let's be real, they're both crazy.
That's when she realizes that Claire Better has been tortured and killed.
Because she's like, look at my trophy.
Yeah.
Amarantha's like, I'm a human, look at my trophy.
On the back wall.
She's like, you told me that like, that was you.
So, and Tamlin is sitting there with zero emotions.
Yes, he's sitting there, passive face. His mask is still on. Nothing is happening. He's just sitting there like, cool as cucumber.
So then Amarantha offers Feyre a deal where she can do 3 tasks and that Tamlin would be hers.
3 tasks of Amarantha's choosing, and Tamlin is hers.
Break the curse, and all of his hort can leave and be free. That's what Feyre's asking.
Yes. That's what she's, yeah.
Yeah. So then Amarantha says, okay, you can either complete the tasks or solve a riddle. Guess wrong, and you die. But if she gets it right, then everybody's free.
Everybody's free immediately.
But that's only for the riddle. Like, the riddle. She mentioned for the riddle.
It's for the riddle. If she solves the riddle correct, they get freed immediately.
But if she does all 3 of the tasks, Tamlin is hers.
Yes. And the curse will be broken and the spring court will be freed. That's it.
The tasks would be once a month at the full moon. And that she essentially has to stay in her cell in the dungeon, I guess.
Yeah.
Or do housework for Amarantha.
And Amarantha says if she fails a task, she'll have nothing left to play with.
Yeah. And so then she gets punched in the face a few times, and then she's beaten.
By the adder and a bunch of other fays.
Yeah, like 3 people.
Yeah. So she wakes up in this basement dingy cell.
Yes. But apparently Rhys said that he recognized Claire. Because Amarantha was I thought this was the person.
And then he said all humans look the same to him.
Yeah, he said he can't tell the difference. Idea. They all look the same. And she kind of realizes he's protecting her.
I did write down that, like, Rhys was flattering Amarantha because but Amarantha wants to know her name. So a few days later, like a day or so after her nose is broken, Lucian comes to fix it.
Yeah.
And he's able to, like, reset it, fix it, but leave it still kind of bruised because he didn't want to be, like...
He didn't want to fix it all
He didn't want to fix it all the way to know. And then she's brought back up to in front of Amarantha, and Amarantha's like, you know my name. What's your name? Where then Rhys essentially sits there and is like, all right, well, Lucian, okay, pull it from her mind. And knowing that, like, other things will come out of her mind.
He tells him to pull it out of Lucian's mind.
Yeah. Amarantha tells to pull it out of Lucian's mind. So Rhys is, like, sitting there on the edge with his hands in his pocket, just like chilling there, like, okay, I'll get it. And then she finally yells out, like, it's Feyre. She didn't want to give her surname because then who knows if something would happen.
So she gave her
her first name of Feyre
so that he wouldn't hurt Lucien.
Yes. And as soon as like Rhysand goes to try and play with Lucien, his brothers step forward and like start smiling and are like, hee. And I'm like,
greasy.
You freaking meanies.
Big bullies.
You big bullies.
Which we've already established that his brothers don't like him.
Exactly. And then that's the day where she gets the riddle.
Mm-hmm.
That if she figures out the answer to this, they can all immediately go home.
Yep. And it says, there are those who seek me a lifetime, but never we meet. And those I kiss, but who trample me beneath ungrateful feet. At times I seem to favor the clever and the fair, but I bless all those who are brave enough to dare. By large, my ministrations are soft-handed and sweet, but scorned, I become a difficult beast to defeat. For though each of my strikes lands a powerful blow, when I kill, I do it slow. Did you figure it out whenever you read it?
I think it took me a little bit throughout. Maybe I think after the first one, I kind of like went, after the first challenge, I went back and then I think I reread it and then I figured it out. We won't spoil it yet.
So I listened to it on audiobook the first time. And I listened to it and I was like, I listened to it again. Because I think she does re-say it at some point too.
It does say she repeats it to her. Yeah.
And I was like, certainly it couldn't be this easy.
I think honestly I read it and the first time I read the book I was just like, okay, I'm gonna go through. Like, and I didn't really think of like, let me look at this and like think of this riddle.
Oh no, I like paused and everything. I was like, I'm gonna get this. I was like, certainly it couldn't be as easy as I think it is. Like, surely it's not this easy.
Yeah.
So then,
anyway, so now it's the day of the first task. It's this massive arena with all of the High Lords of Prythian there to watch. And she goes over to this thing where there's trenches that are run in like a maze along in the chambers. And like the mud was so slick and everything. And what do you have?
The Alaskan bullworm!
I literally wrote that with exclamation points. Alaskan bullworm. Alaskan bullworm. I can't say worm.
English is hard.
I'm illiterate. It's fine.
Good.
So,
which is really the Middengard worm.
Yes.
Middengard
worm.
Middengard worm.
Mm-hmm.
It's blind.
It's blind, and it has these rows of razor sharp teeth. She's thrown into his like whole trenches of like his house essentially.
Yeah, and she's just running for her life.
Trying to make these like sharp turns, but slowing down, and it's slowing down, and then like finally she gets away from it.
She finds its lair,
she finds its like layer of like where it keeps like the bones of its meal. She makes a ladder from the bones of all of these other things.
Yes, because she was trying to get out of the pit that she had fallen in.
Yes, and she realized that this is where all of its things end up to die.
So she starts breaking the bones and shoving them into the side of the wall so that she can get out. But then an idea hits her, and she goes back and she starts to set a trap for the
She puts she like breaks all the bones and then sticks it into the ground.
Sharp
side up. And then she climbs back up.
Right. She gets out.
And
she's looking for it, but she covers herself in all of the mud and
so it's like stuff. She's hiding her senses from it, and Rhys is like, she's essentially made herself invisible from this worm because it relies on its senses.
Yeah.
And she's just covered in
it can't smell her anymore.
Anything.
And then
so she sets up a pathway for her to figure out like, this is what I have to do for it to like run after me and whatever. She gets its attention by cutting her hand.
Right, and then it goes silent. Like, she doesn't know where it is. And then all of a sudden, Lucien yells to her left as the worm bursts through the wall.
Yep.
She then runs to the pit. She jumps into her little corner that she knows is safe.
Yep.
The worm flies through it, lands on top of it, and she's killed it.
Yep. It dies from the spikes of its past dinners.
Yeah. Rhys says she is a hunter, and then she threw the bone at Amarantha like a javelin.
And it landed right in front of her feet.
And she's broken her arm when she fell. Like, when she jumped to safety, she broke her arm.
Mm-hmm. She's sitting there and just like...
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then money starts changing hands.
Yeah.
And only one person bet that she would win.
Yep.
But it doesn't say who.
It doesn't say who. She's thrown back into her cell.
Yes.
She's covered in mud. She has this broken arm. It's been days. Lucian doesn't come back to help her at all.
She has a fever.
She's on death's door.
Rhys materializes from the shadows. Rhys bet on her. He tells her that he made
her a lot of money.
Yeah. Or she made him a lot of money.
Yes.
And that he will heal her in exchange for spending time at the night court.
2 weeks a month. She was supposed to spend half of the month with him at the night court.
Or she can refuse and leave it to chance if Tamlin or Lucian will come to help her heal. Lucian is keeping a low profile currently after his outburst at the trial.
And
for
Tamlin
yelling.
has yet to even acknowledge that she's even there.
Right. Tamlin broke his silence to beg for Lucian to be spared.
Yeah.
Lucian got 20 lashes, and Tamlin had to give it to them.
Yep.
Give it to him. A week every month in the night court. 1 week of Rhys's choosing.
She bargained for a week, and he said yes. He agreed to the 1 week. So they shook hands, and she gets a tattoo on her left arm with this swirly tattoo with an eye on her palm.
It's whorls and flowers with an eye on the palm, and it's the tattoo from the bargain.
Yes. Her arm is magically healed. She is clean now. She doesn't have any of this mud on her. She's okay.
But she gets the feeling that the palm is watching her sometimes. The eye on her palm.
Yeah.
And then she's been sent to clean a hallway after that, in between there. But the floor...
The dirt, the water that's in there is like dirty, and it just keeps spreading dirt everywhere. Yeah. And they're like, you need to clean this, otherwise like you're gonna get in trouble or something.
Right. So then this woman shows up in the hallway with her, and she realizes quickly that that's Lucian's mother.
Well, I think she realizes at first it's a high fae.
Yes.
Or a fae, high fae. So she like bows, and then she was like, thank you for like saving my son or something. Yes. So then she's like, oh, it's Tamlin, or it's Lucian's mother. So Lucian's mom then kind of helps her.
Well, she cleans the floor.
She gives her clean water.
No, she magicked the floor clean, and then the water clean too.
Yes, and then she kind of like dumped the water to say that she cleaned it. So, and she was like, "Thanks for saving my son. Here's payback, or here's like,
I don't owe you anything anymore."
Exactly, and she cleaned it, and
Farah is taken back to her cell for a couple of days or whatever, and then she's sent to a room to clean
a fireplace, lentils from a fireplace,
lentils from the ash and embers. These are just the notes that I wrote down of what she noticed when she walked in. There are black silk sheets. A person,
honestly, silk sheets that were so nice.
They are nice, especially on like fresh shaved legs.
Just like so smooth and
like butter.
Yeah.
And then a person comes in covered in darkness and sat on the bed. She realizes it's Rhysand, and he's like, "I didn't ask you to do this. What are you?"
And he's like, "Why are there lentils in the fireplace?
What are you doing in my fireplace?"
Yeah.
He claims that he lied about Claire. So he then tells Farah that he played a game essentially by saying that Claire was Farah, just like Amarantha has been playing games with all of them.
Yes.
The scraps of his power that he has left still means that he's like pretty powerful. She notices that all the High Lords have a beast form. He tells her,
and she asks to see his.
Yes, she asks if he could still shift into his beast form.
But he says he prefers the sky.
Talons replaced fingers and toes, massive wings with a talon at the apex. He doesn't like to wholly shift into a beast. Only around Rhysand does she have trouble keeping her mouth closed, is what she notices, because she just blurts things out. And then when the guards come to grab her, Rhysand bares his teeth at them.
Well, so he took all the lentils out, and her bucket was full of lentils. So he was like, okay, like this isn't what you need to do.
And then he tells the two guards that she would be doing no more chores and no more tasks. And the guards' eyes were glazed.
Yeah, so he was using some type of magic.
And he told the others to stay out of her cell and don't touch her. If they do, they should take their own daggers and gut themselves.
So she gets back to her room after all of this happens, and from then on out, she gets a hot meal every day.
Because before she was getting moldy scraps.
Moldy scraps and like moldy bread and water, pretty much.
Then 2 night court servants show up at a couple
some
days
point.
later.
Mm-hmm.
And they come to get her. They bathe her. They paint her whole body and did make her makeup, her hair. They
paint her like her tattoo.
And they put gauzy dress on her.
Mm-hmm. Which, like, barely covers anything. It barely leaves anything to the imagination. And they continued the tattoo on the rest of her body, neck down.
Yes. And the paint is to know if anyone touches her.
Because it will smudge immediately.
And the dress won't smudge the paint.
Yes.
And this is when she realizes, I guess, that, like, it's Rhysand who's decided all of this.
Yes.
And that he told her, I will remember where my hands have been.
Yeah. And so she was supposed to be a guest, his guest to the party, this party that Amarantha was having.
No one else can touch her.
Yeah.
So he took her to the party. Rhysand tells her that he thinks that she will beat Amarantha's trials.
Mm-hmm.
He gives her a drink of the wine.
Which Alice told her, first, don't make a bet. Already done that.
Done.
Second, don't drink the wine.
Done.
Started that. She drank the wine and then she woke up in her cell the next morning and she's like has a huge hangover.
Right. But she notices that the paint is only smudged on her waist.
Where Rhys touched her. Which is like really just like while they were walking. So
she then finds out that she danced for Rhys most of the night.
Mm-hmm.
And when she wasn't dancing, she was sitting on his lap.
Because Lucian came to see her the next morning and that's what he told her.
Yeah. Can you imagine though?
Finding out not knowing what you did. And you're just like, you've been like dancing. I mean, I don't think he said it wasn't as bad as the dance that she and Tamlin had.
I've never been that drunk.
Okay, but it's magic fairy wine.
True, but I've never been that drunk.
I've never been blackout drunk.
No. Not like that.
No.
She went full blackout.
Yeah.
So then Amarantha uses magic so that So apparently Lucian didn't come immediately whenever she had the whole thing with the broken arm.
Yes, because
Amarantha had used her magic so that his back wouldn't heal and he couldn't move until the night before the party.
Yes. He visited her. He told her all of this.
He berated her for taking the deal with Rhysand.
And he was like, well, I didn't know when you were coming. I was literally dying.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But he would have been too late. Mm-hmm. If she had waited for him,
she would have died.
Yeah.
Her getting taken by these night court fairies.
Yeah.
That happened for a while. She was washed every night. She was painted and then taken to the party as Rhysand's guest.
But she this whole time believes that Tamlin is under some kind of spell to keep him quiet.
Yeah.
And that's when she finds out that no, he's not. And that Amarantha knows. So Lucian essentially is like, how do you know that Tamlin isn't being stone-faced so that Amarantha doesn't have any more ammunition to know what is gonna hurt you or hurt him by you getting hurt? I put an eye roll emoji because of course. But that doesn't give you any right to just, you're watching someone who you just told you love fight off these monsters. And things. Mm-hmm. And now she's dancing for another guy in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
And you just
but if he shows emotion, she will hurt him. Or hurt her, or something. So he has to be, stone-faced.
I don't believe it. I don't.
If you, she doesn't really know. Amarantha doesn't know all of this. All she knows is what from Rhysand told her. Hey, there was this girl, human girl, Claire Better. Clearly this isn't her. Or we killed this one. After she was like, no, I've never seen her in my entire life. And then, this other one just shows up out of nowhere. And you're like, I actually do love her, so to say, and that, I don't want to be oh, no, I actually do love her, because she's immediately going to, just torture her and kill her. So she's like, I'll give you a deal.
Okay, but Amarantha's already figured out that he likes her. Why would she come in here? And she proclaimed her love for Tamlin and that how she wants to set him free. So Amarantha already knows all of this that's going on. And but yet he can't...
She doesn't want Tamlin to believe her. To believe him. Tamlin to believe him. Tamlin doesn't want Amarantha to harm her more.
No. I think he's...
a chicken?
Yeah. I think he's a big old chicken.
So, they continue to go to parties for nights until the next second task comes around.
And he never touched her beyond the waist.
She was never violated, which is very nice. So, the second task rolls around where she is thrown into this...
Wait, sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
Apparently, I wrote, he essentially is making her dance and drink this wine and everything to try to get a rise out of Tamlin.
Yeah.
Because he's trying to upset him.
Yes.
Which, the pettiness within me is like, yes.
I mean, I would too. Like, yeah. So we come to the second task where she's thrown into this like half-pitted room, and she can see through the other side that Lucian...
Oh, wait. I'm sorry. I have stuff in between
Oh,
there.
you do? Okay.
Yeah, because Rhysand went to her cell
Again?
at one point. I think so.
Again? Okay, go.
She said the night court fell to, and sadness flickered in his eyes. Mm-hmm. She felt it inside her. She blamed the tattoo, and the shadow... She saw, like, the shadow of wings behind him. It was one of the nights where, like... He didn't ask her to, like, come to the party or something, but he just needed quiet.
Oh, the night before the second task?
Yeah. And
they never went to the... He never brought her up.
Right. He just needed, like, quiet, so he, like, went to her cell, and they were just, like, sitting across the cell from one another.
Mm-hmm. And they were, yeah.
And talking. And then it said Tamlin wouldn't look at her at the party. The new Summer Court Lord tried to escape out of the Spring Court, and Rhys went into his mind. Rhys told Amarantha that he just wanted to go to the human world to escape, and the Summer Lord sagged a bit. After Rhysand was told to shatter his mind and do whatever with the body by Amarantha. So Rhysand kills him. Amarantha said shatter his mind, not his brain. So she was mad that he killed him.
Yes.
And that he gave the Summer Lord a mercy and kept his secrets. But she doesn't know that.
No.
So Rhysand is just trying to like do a nice thing for the Summer Court High Lord. Now we get to the second task. Where there's this, where they fall into this pit of her on one side with the wall in the middle. Lucian is chained to the other side of the wall, on the other side, where in this pit, they have all of a sudden these spikes start falling down. And she was like, well, she's got to read a riddle.
She has to read this riddle to figure out which lever to pull.
Right.
So,
and if she pulls the right one, they live.
If she pulls the wrong one, I'm assuming it just falls because we don't really know what. But so she's sitting there and she's like, does like Amarantha know I can't read? Like, who knows this other than like Tamlin and Lucian? You know, they're the only two that know she can't read.
By the way, the spikes are heated.
Yeah, so it's like very hot, and it's getting hotter as they're falling down. Lucian's telling her just pick one, like...
And Lucian's brothers are like foaming at the mouth. They're
like
ready for him to die.
I literally was like, his brothers.
I said...
They're like, yes, thank God he's gonna die. Because like now it's one less
die.
person that they have to...
she's going to... Okay, so she goes to pick the lever number 2.
Because she's like, oh, there's 2 people in a lover's thing.
Her
it's
and
me
Tamlin.
and Tamlin. One person is bad, as like Amarantha. 3 people is a crowd, essentially. So she goes to pick 2.
And then it says that...
Didn't she get like a searing
She reached for the
hand?
second lever, and a blinding pain in her hand. The eye tattoo narrowed its eye.
Yep.
And then it says, she reached for the middle lever again, and again, pain. First, she reached for the first one, pain. And then she reached for the last one, no pain. So then she reaches for the first one again, because I guess she's just got to be sure.
Exactly.
And she gets pain again.
As, you know, Lucian's over here in this next one going, just pick one, like, we're all gonna die. Like,
yeah, like, as the ceiling is getting closer and closer.
Exactly. Just pick one. It's, like, right there.
And also, she tried to sound out the riddle, and it had something to do with grasshoppers.
Yeah, it was, like, 3 grasshoppers, and I was like...
And then she just couldn't sound out the rest.
Yeah.
So then she goes to pick lever 3 again, and she has no pain. And then she looks up at Rhysand, but nothing is showing on his face.
He's just blank, yeah.
So she pulls a third lever, and it stopped the spikes.
Like, a foot from her face.
Yeah. And then she's coming up, and tears pricked her eyes. And then a pain shot through her hand, and she heard the words in her head, Don't let her see you cry. Put your hands at your side and stand. Don't let her see you break. Stare her down. No tears. Break when you get back to your cell.
I feel like I would have cried. I feel like I probably cried at that the first time I read this book.
You cried?
I don't know if I did. It was so long ago, but I feel like I could have cried at that.
I don't think I did. I think it was more just like...
And then she got back to her cell and wept for 2 hours.
Yeah, she cried for a long
She,
time.
like, just walked around and started and wept. She walked past him and everything.
The next thing I have written is
Rhys licked her cheeks.
The tears from her cheeks. Can we not? Why do we have to do weird stuff?
Yeah. Rhys licked her cheek from the tears from her cheek. And then he said something about, like, oh, he, like, licked it twice, and then he said something about, I don't even remember what it was. But
She
like,
got mad, and she pushed him off, and he
Yeah.
started laughing.
Yeah.
He said he kept her from shattering completely. Night after night of wine, the king of Highburn is still displeased with Amarantha, and she's supposed to use the High Lords to forced to aid the king. And then at one point she was like really having a bad day, I guess. And music came to her cell through the vent. It was music for worship to fill the gaps in the soul. She was seeing beautiful things in the music. And then there's a last party before the trial where Tamlin came over to her, and Tamlin gestured for her to follow him into a dark hallway.
Of course they did, because she's in love with him, and she's like, this is the first interaction I've seen. She's like, all I need to do is, like, touch him for a minute, anything.
Blech.
So they go out in the hallway and they just attack each other.
And they
like,
start making out.
Making out. She's like undoing his belt. He's like clawing at her.
Touching her where the paint is.
Oh, yes.
And then Rhysand came in and caught them. But somehow he was behind them, not by the door.
So he was already...
Did you catch that?
Yeah, he was already out there.
No, I think...
he probably like shadowed over there.
I think so, yeah. He was on the opposite side.
Yes.
Of the door. Rhysand magicked the paint off of Tamlin. He essentially tells him, like, you need to go back, because what were you thinking? And
what if Amarantha came out here?
Yeah, what she's gonna find
because
you.
They started kissing, and Amarantha walks out with Tamlin right behind her.
Well, hold on. He was covered in the paint, obviously.
Yes.
So then Rhysand cleans the paint off of him, and then Tamlin told Feyre that he loves her, and Rhys said, what if Amarantha saw her and Tamlin? And I guess I wrote, like, what does Rhysand care? But with wrath on his face, his glorious wings flare from his back from the shadows. And then someone opens the door. And then his wings vanish. And then he kisses her. Rhysand kisses Feyre.
He shoves his tongue down her throat.
Oh, is that what it says?
I think so.
Oh, I guess I wrote the PG version. As an excuse for why the paint was messed up. Amarantha came in with Tamlin at her side. So I guess he left at some point in all of that. And Amarantha thinks that Feyre has betrayed Tamlin. And then Rhysand said he was tired of Feyre and sent her back to her cell. So then Rhysand comes in later that night to the cell, and he said he wants a moment of peace and quiet. Oh, yeah. I guess that was a different time then. Amarantha...
No, I just don't think that happened the first time it happened.
It did.
No, it did.
Yes, it did. I remember this. Because he was, like, telling her a bunch of stuff. I think it was that he... I don't know.
I wrote Rhysand was keeping him alive. Was keeping me alive. In this one.
Oh. He
so
said
I think...
he wants a moment of peace and quiet, and that Amarantha is running him ragged.
And then he said Rhysand's father killed Tamlin's father and his brothers.
Well, I have... Amarantha is running him ragged, making him serve her in the bedroom.
Oh.
He's telling her this because he is tired and lonely. And if she fails the trials, Amarantha will rule forever. Yeah. Rhysand is banking on pissing off Tamlin so that Feyre breaks the curse. Tamlin will rip her to shreds. So if Feyre breaks the curse, Tamlin, he's like banking on Tamlin just to like rip killing Amarantha.
Like, yeah.
And then Rhys doesn't touch her any more than the waist and claims to claim innocence when Tamlin tries to pick a fight against him for the whole thing.
Yeah.
Rhys is doing all of this for his people. And why does Amarantha pick Rhys? Rhys's father killed Tamlin's family, and she wanted to punish Rhys for his father's deeds.
I think she is punishing him by, like...
Making him
be her slave.
Stuff, yeah. Yeah. So... Rhysand saved her from Amarantha seeing her and Tamlin making out. And then there's the last trial.
Which she's back in, like, her tunic, pants, and she's, like, walking into Amarantha.
And I wrote
the throne.
That the fairies in the crowd want to see Feyre succeed.
Yeah, they were. Well, because, like, a lot of the spring court people had come to, to see if they could, like, do this. So...
Yeah, because they want to be free.
Yeah. So we're at the third trial. And
she asks if there's any last words.
And she says, I love you, as looking at Tamlin. Tamlin doesn't say anything. He
didn't react.
He just didn't react. She's silent. And she says, you never figured out my riddle. Then they kind of go on to the tasks as she's, like, sitting there pondering things. 3 people are brought in. 2 females and a male.
2 males and a female.
Oh, 2 males and a female. Yes, 2 males and a female. I did write that.
With sacks on their head.
With sacks on their heads, and they're kneeled down in front of her where a pillow is put and then a dagger in front of them. So all she had to do was kill these three innocent people, and all of the spring court would be free.
Right. And she had to stab them in the heart with an ash dagger. They're all innocent.
They're all innocent, which is what she said. She's like, there's no reason for them to die.
She has to die if she refuses.
Yes.
So 3 innocents for everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
They took the hood off.
The first man.
Before she kills them.
Mm-hmm.
And Rhysand moved over to the throne.
Yes.
Her hand tingled, telling her to do it.
Yeah.
She stabbed the first one while she was crying.
As he was like, please don't do this. Like, well, you know.
Yeah,
which, I mean, honestly, I would be too. If somebody's going to kill me, I'd be like, please, you know, if I knew I was innocent. And then she gets to the female.
Yeah.
And.
Well, I think she's praying.
Yes.
The female's praying. And she stabbed her.
Mm-hmm.
Rhysand's eyes are fixed on Amarantha now.
Mm-hmm.
Tamlin is the last one.
Tamlin's the last person. So they take off the hood. He's sitting there kneeled in front of her.
So she has to kill Tamlin, and he is free.
Mm-hmm.
Raking her memory over all the conversations Tamlin let her overhear,
mm-hmm.
Amarantha would never risk Feyre actually killing him.
Mm-hmm.
He has a heart of stone, she realizes, because
Yes.
it's been mentioned 3 or 4 separate times.
Yes.
She said, I love you, before she stabbed him,
Mm-hmm.
and Rhys is grinning
Mm-hmm.
at this point.
Yep.
So that's when the bargain didn't specify. So she pulls it out, and that's when the
tip was nicked.
Right.
Or the tip was carved separate. Like, it wasn't a full point.
Yeah, so it didn't actually
So
go
it didn't
in
actually
his
go
heart.
into his heart, which was a heart of stone anyway.
That's when the bargain didn't specify that she would let them go, and Amarantha is
She
planning
said
on...
she wouldn't let them, it didn't matter, she could let them go at any point.
Yes.
Versus if she solved the riddle, they would let go immediately and
Yeah.
be freed. But solving the 3 riddles or doing the 3 tasks, she could let them go whenever she wants, after they're dead even.
Yeah, and Feyre then realizes that Amarantha's going to kill her.
Mm-hmm.
And lightning struck her. She has blinding pain.
Mm-hmm.
Someone roared her name. And then she realizes it was Rhys, and that Rhysand was yelling her name like he cared.
Yeah.
Rhys was then crouched by Tamlin, not to help, but to grab the ash dagger to rush at Amarantha.
Which he did multiple times.
She flung him back to the wall and went after her. He went after her again,
Mm-hmm.
and she flung him again.
Mm-hmm.
And then he splintered the marble floor when she slammed him over and over again. Feyre's then begging her to stop. Rhys's eyes met hers, and the bond went taut.
What does that mean?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
I guess it's the one from her hand.
Oh, like she's feeling that, like, maybe, like, if he dies, I don't have to uphold this bond anymore.
Maybe, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She then went between her body and his to see herself in his mind.
Yeah, she's, like, looking at herself through his eyes.
Right. And I wonder if that's just part of his powers.
Yes, because, like, he can go into people's minds.
Yeah.
So maybe he's just like, you can watch... Don't watch myself kill you. Like, watch her like,
I don't know.
like, feel me die. I guess I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe it was just like a side effect of like something that he
maybe
could
like
do
powers
that he didn't
rushing
mean
out.
to. Yeah.
Favorite-
Rhys is then yelling her name.
Mm-hmm.
Tamlin is crawling to Amarantha, begging her to stop. Feyre is still being tortured and supposed to say that, like, Amarantha keeps telling her, say you don't love him, like, you don't actually love him.
And then she answers the riddle.
And then Feyre is, like, in her head figuring it out, the riddle. And she said the answer, and then she felt her spine crack, and she died.
And everybody else was free. Lucian took off his mask. All of these things happened.
She's still seeing herself through someone else's eyes.
She's still seeing her through someone else's eyes.
Lucian's crying as he removes his mask.
Yep.
Tamlin attacks Amarantha and pins her to the wall. Lucian throws Tamlin a sword and he kills her.
Stabs it right through her face, right through her head.
Was it her head?
Yep.
Oof.
Yep.
Rhysand's eyes.
And then bit her throat.
Yes.
He stabbed her in the head and then bit her throat. Mm-hmm.
So she realizes that she's still seeing through Rhysand's eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Tamlin is over Feyre's body crying. Mm-hmm. No one else spoke.
Yeah.
Interestingly, the High Lord of the Autumn Court,
Lucian's dad.
Yes, Lucian's dad comes over and gives the first kernel of power.
Glittering kernels of power. To Feyre, sprinkles it over her body, and
the power
goes in, it like soaks it up.
From there, summer and then winter and then dawn day, and then Rhysand does it. So he's the Night Court.
Yes.
And then Tamlin was the last one.
Yes.
Then she wakes up. She has no pain, no broken bones. Her skin gleamed.
She's fine.
She's now high fae.
And Amaranth is dead.
And they're saying that was the only way to save her and that everyone's free. Tamlin's mask is gone. Well, because
technically she did die.
Yes. Yeah.
Like, she was dead.
But that was the only way, like, to save her because she was dead.
Yeah.
Tamlin's mask is now gone, and I wrote, where was Rhys? Because he's just, like, gone. After he gives her the kernel of power, he's just gone.
He disappeared, they said, yeah.
But then you find out that the Adder, all of Lucian's brothers, and Rhysand are all gone.
Yeah. All of, like, the scary creatures have gone. All of Lucian's brothers are gone, and Rhys is gone.
So it seems like all the bad people are gone.
I guess, yeah.
She feels shame for killing the 2 fairies.
Mm-hmm.
And then she sleeps with Tamlin again.
Yeah.
Gross.
Yep.
She's pulled from sleep by a tugging at her middle, a thread deep inside. This is not the first time that she's mentioned this.
No.
Because remember, it was from Calamine, too.
Yes, where she was, like, pulled there.
Yeah. By a thread.
By a thread. And then she was like, oh, well, it's just the whole magic thing, I think. You know, that's what she's thinking. So,
but somehow she knew that Rhysand was calling her.
Mm-hmm.
So she goes out to a balcony.
I mean, she probably thinks it's just like, or she probably thinks, I mean, I also do too, like, it's the tattoo, the bond that's connecting them together that now I have to go spend a week every month for the rest of my life at the freaking Night Court where they torture people because that's all she's heard about the Night Court. Yeah.
So she goes out to a balcony and Rhys has his wings out. He wants to say goodbye to her, and he's the one who fought Amarantha. He fought Amarantha because he wants to be known that he had fought. He wants
his children to know that he fought and he wasn't just standing by.
And he also fought because he didn't want her to fight and die alone.
Yeah.
He tells very few people about his wings and that he can fly. Mm-hmm. Because the things that he loves always get taken from him. Mm-hmm. And so he was worried that someone would, like, try to take his wings. Mm-hmm. Which, on brand, they did it to that one guy. She then says that her heart still feels human. Mm-hmm. And he pretty much told her, like, you should keep it that way. Like, that's not a weakness. Mm-hmm. And then they said goodbye, and he goes to bow. His wings are gone. And then he starts to fade in the shadows. But then he went rigid. His eyes were wide and wild, and his nostrils flared. Shocked. And then he stumbled back a step and disappeared.
And she was going to ask a question. And then he disappeared.
Well, she was going to be like, what's wrong?
Yeah.
So we don't know.
Like, we don't know what's wrong. Or, like, why he went rigid. Yeah. I will say, at the end there, he did ask, how does it feel to be high fae? And he's the only one that asked her that. Tamlin didn't ask her. Not that we know of. But he specifically asked her, how does it feel? Yeah. Whereas, like, Tamlin, like, they just slept together after. Like, he didn't, like, ask her any questions. He didn't ask her, like, what do you need from me? Like, to grieve these 2 other people you just
killed these people. Yeah. For me.
And he's just like, okay, let's sleep together.
I have so many issues. I have one last thing, but before we get to that, my other thing is, why is he dragging her into a hallway to make out with her if he thought that this was, like, the last time they would ever be together?
I know.
He chooses that moment to make out with her instead of getting her out
of, like, to safety. Like, you got out. Clearly, Rhys probably also would have seen them try to escape.
Right.
But, like...
But you didn't... That was what you're... Like, you were going to sleep with her as the last resort? Yeah. Like, that was the last thing you were going to do? Really? You couldn't have, I don't know, been a little bit more heartfelt, but instead you were just like...
Let me feel her up.
Yeah.
And kiss her. Stick my tongue down her throat.
Ew, can we not? Too graphic.
Wait, so what else did you have?
So the last thing that I have is that Jurian's bone and his eye were missing from Amarantha's body. And then they went back to the Spring Court.
Yes.
She went back with Tamlin
and she was like, let's go home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, like... See, this is the thing.
I think I liked Tamlin in the beginning and the middle, and then towards the end I didn't. And then I was like, no. I don't know who I like. That was just me. Because it was, everybody can have their own opinion. Calm down. But I think in the middle it was like he's doing this to save his, like, people and whatnot. So it was, like, more of the heroic. And I think she definitely got, like, Stockholm Syndrome, clearly. She clearly still has it. Because he's also just like, yeah, well, I'm not going to try and save you. I'm just going to make out with you.
And the fact that he didn't even try to, like, speak up. He wasn't the one calling after her when she was getting killed.
No.
Rhysand was. I'm just annoyed because why didn't Tamlin try to get to
save
her? He didn't try to get to her. Rhysand was like crawling towards her, trying to get to Amarantha to kill her.
Yeah.
But because she was killing Feyre.
Feyre.
But Tamlin's just kind of there. Like a bump on a log.
Yeah, he's a little bit useless at the end.
A little.
He doesn't help her, and then he just sleeps with her, and then they go home. To the Spring Court.
He's the epitome of what I never want. Like, I can't.
He's a pick-me boy. Pick me. Choose me. Love me. You don't know. That's wrong. Other people will. So, yeah.
No, it's just... Why is it that Rhysand, the bad guy, did so much more for her this entire book than Tamlin?
He helped her. He healed her. He brought her food. He got other people to bring her food. He helped her during tasks.
He made it to where she didn't have to do the chores anymore.
He helped her through at least the second and third task. I mean, the third task was more of just like, you're going to do this. You're going to kill them all. But, yeah.
Tamlin was literally the worst. I liked Lucien more than I liked Tamlin. Lucien was actually funny.
Lucien was funny.
He was funny.
Well, I'm excited to read the next one.
Yeah, me too.
And figure out what happens more.
I hope she kicks Tamlin to the curb because can't stand him.
Okay. Whatever.
He's the worst.
If you liked us bickering with each other and you liked this episode, give us a like. You can find us at The Call Slip on Instagram, The Call Slip at Spotify and YouTube, or send us an email at thecallslip@gmail.com.
If you have any suggestions on what we can read next, or if you want something or if there's a book that you want us to read,
let us know. And we'll add it to our list.
All right. Thanks for listening.